morning, everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. Sorry, I just realized my glasses were flaring. This is a podcast all about knitting and spinning and dyeing of yarn, all which I do right outside of Lima, Ohio. And this is where I live with my puppy dog, Ginger Snap, my kitty cat, Purdy Cassandra, and my hubby, Randy, who is one of the most wonderful men in the world. Anyways, let's see. Today is April 11th, and this is episode number 110. Can you believe that? I've done 110 episodes. Wow. Some of them have been really, really short, like the ones I do with my granddaughter, and some of them have been longer. I have no idea how long this one's going to be. Boy, do I have stuff all over my table. Let me finish with this first. Anyway, so where can you find me? Well, you can find me on Ravelry as NapiersKnits. That's my personal one. And then Naturally Kim's Knitting is the podcast group. So if you are watching this for the first time and you're saying, ooh, a podcast group, just go to Ravelry and search under groups for Naturally Kim's Knitting. And I would love to have you join, because if you join, you can take part in our knit-alongs and any giveaways I have and all that kind of stuff. And I tell you, we are a creative group. There are so many entries for the finished object knit-along, which is year-long. And for the double knit, we've got a couple. I'm hoping we get more. Anyways, you can also find me on Etsy as NapiersKnits and on Instagram as knittin_Kim. And then YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress, you can find me as Naturally Kim's Knitting. I think that's most of that stuff. Now, I mentioned the double time knit along. What it is a double knitting knit along, and we're doing it till the end of this month. So you still have a little bit of time to finish it, or if it's something small, get started and finish it. It's just a fun little learning knit along. Now, I did have a request for next month to be mosaic knitting, so just try to find a simple pattern out there and see if you can join us with that. It will be fun. Anyways, the rules for the double knitting knit along is on the Ravelry page under its thread. So if you want to know, that's where you can go. The prizes, if I have 1 to 10 prizes, it will just be a pattern by Handmade Studios 11. Oh my goodness, she has got beautiful patterns. And if we have more than 10, it will be, I'll add the book that Fiona sent us. If we have 20 to 30, then we will go to a skein of KnitPicks Hawthorn fingering in the Parkrose colorway. I might as well get started with what's on my needles, because I am overdoing it. I know this. And as I finish a garment, I am not going to start another one until I get all of my garments done, because I'm not able to spend as much time on any one project as I would like. So I'm trying to keep the glare out, but you know, I move my head all the time, so it's just really hard. And plus, with my bifocals, I have to kind of tilt my head up a little bit. So anyways, my afghan I'm not going to pull out and show you here. I'm taking pictures of some of the things and putting them at the beginning. So if you did not see them, you can always go back and see just a little introductory thing. Because I'm going to put my pie scarf every week and my and the temperature afghan on as pictures at the introduction. So let's see, my temperature afghan, which is the one I'm making for my daughter, is Picks Swish DK, lots of different colors, size 4 needles. I think it's the Cozy Memory blanket pattern I'm using. And I did 6 more blocks this week. I think in the next couple blocks, I'm going to be having drastic color changes. We're getting towards on the chart, we're getting towards the end of April and into May, and you know, along with that comes different temperatures. So it will be interesting. Anyways, now I do have a different project that I'm working on, because unfortunately the Which Way Up cardigan I was working, it was not. I did a gauge swatch and everything, but when it came to the body, it was not working out. And I think it was me. I don't think it's the pattern. I think it's me. So instead, I started doing Sloane Square. I don't have the pattern out with me. I'm sorry. I will put a link to it here. If I can catch myself, I will try to put a picture of it here too. Anyways, it's by Gabrielle Danskknit, and it is that same Caron big ball of yarn. And right now I'm just on the dark gray, and this is like the neck and the collar and like that. So let's see, what else to tell you. I did do another gauge swatch, and I'm using US size 6 and US size 7 needles, which are 4 and 4.5 millimeters. And I'm hoping it turns out better. So I will be using the Carons and the Sincere Sheep. I haven't made it to the Sincere Sheep part yet. So one item down. I like it. It's going to be a cardigan. And it's just simple stripes, but it does have pockets on the front and different colored cuffs and button band. I think the ribbing too. Anyway, I think it's cute. I hope my grandson will like it when he gets it, and he will be getting it eventually. I don't want to send it out until I have something for Genevieve too, because that's just not right. Which, speaking of Genevieve, ta-da! Oops, excuse me for a moment. I'm dropping stuff to show you guys later. Oh my goodness. So speaking of Genevieve, I love this. My husband, he looks at it and goes, what is it? Because right now you work it from top down. And so the skirt is kind of scrunched up. But this is the bodice, and then a nice little waistband, and then the skirt. And I have a little ways to go yet on the skirt, or else it will not be a dress. That is one rule that they do have, and I agree with it totally. We don't want to show their bottoms, you know. So this is the Nahid dress. This is by the Knitting Expat, Mina Phillips, and oh my goodness, it is a very easy knit. It's something I can sit down in an evening and work on. And if I was just working on one garment, I could have had it done. But the same thing could be said about my grandsons. So shame on me. Let's see, the Nahid dress for children by the Knitting Expat Designs, Mina Philipp. The yellow yarn is the Viking Milk and Honey, and it's in colorway 840. And the pretty multicolored yarn is Jawoll Magic 048. And it's size 2, which 2.75 millimeter, and size 4, which is 3.5 millimeter needles. And oh my goodness, I love it. When you get down to the skirt, there's a wonderful little ribbing there, and as the skirt progresses, the spaces between the ribs gets bigger. So it can make a nice full skirt, and oh, I hope she likes it. She's pretty good about things that I make. I'm hooked onto something. I tell you, it's going to be one of those podcasts. I'm sorry, guys. I'm afraid it's going to be long anyways, and then I'm just making it longer here. I had a ball of yarn that wanted to go into the bag where the dress is, and it can't do that. It's just not allowed to do that. Okay, so that's the Nahid dress. Now, I am making myself a pair of socks, mainly because I want to try a new pattern out. And I will be posting this on Ravelry when I get it done. It's just a really cute little, I don't even know what I'll call it. If you have a name that you want to suggest for it, let me know. But when I first make it, it will be free on Ravelry for like a week, and then after that it'll be like $1. So these are not real complicated, but they're pretty, and I'm almost ready for the heel. It's just gonna be my standard heel. Anyway, so, oh, I should tell you more about them. I'm sorry. The yarn is Chroma Twist Fingering in the Groovy colorway. And I never was one that said groovy. I said cool. I still do say cool. But I do like this colorway. It's very pretty. And the needles are size 1s. So, yay. And I'm doing 2 at a time. I've decided I really do enjoy 2 at a time. But I also like 1 at a time. But if I'm doing those, I want to do them both at the same time. So I'm doing all my toes at the same time, all my heels at the same time, and my cuff at the same time. I just like doing it that way, and I think that came off. I'm not sure what that came off of. I can't remember. I think it came off of there. Anyway, so next week I should have the heels done on that one. Then, let's see, my Digits of Pi scarf, I'm going to show a picture of it at the beginning. And, no, I think that's all I'll do. It's by Panadora, and I'm making it from KnitPicks Stroll, Fingering, Dove Heather, and Duchess Heather. I've done either 1 or 2 more numbers since last week. I've had migraines this week. And like I mentioned last week, I cannot work graphs when I have a migraine because the squares the little line between the squares, my eyes cannot see real well, and it takes concentration, and I swear I go down lots of intelligence points whenever I have a migraine. So I really didn't get a lot of work done on it. I think I probably had 3 migraines last week, and it's just not been good. So anyways, so I've only done 1 or 2 numbers on there, but that's okay. My homespun scarf, I do not have it here to show you because I really was not liking it. I didn't like the way it was working up. I didn't like the color. And I thought, I cannot give this to somebody. It just was not pretty at all. So I'm starting a new one. But I just cast it on yesterday. I don't even know if I did anything else to it. So, you know, but I will show that to you when I get it farther. Then my gift socks, which I can't tell you who they're for because they might be watching. Oh my goodness. One of them fell almost all the way to the floor. And my goodness, I love these. Look at those. Look at those. Aren't those beautiful? And this is where you can tell I love working on these. This is where I was last week. So I made the heel and all the way up to here. And unfortunately, I would like to make a longer cuff, but I might run out of yarn. We'll have to see. But these are 2 at a time, toe up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Size 1 needles. And I didn't put down what the yarn was. I know it was Crystal Palace. And I know it was Camel Latte. And I've told you guys before what it was. See if I was smart. I was. Mini Mochi, sorry, by Crystal Palace Yarns. And it is so soft. It is merino wool, so yes, you expect it to be. But my goodness, I was not expecting this softness. The person I'm giving it to is very special to me, so they deserve it. They deserve soft socks that they can just kind of rest around in and enjoy. I have a Chemo Caps for Kids hat done. Ta-da! It's just a little one because, you know, some people don't like really long ones, so I just made a littler one this time. I haven't started a new one yet. I will start that next time I bounce. Today's a yoga day, so tomorrow I bounce. But the same pattern as what I put into the Ravelry, only I didn't do as many repeats on it. So it's still, I like it. I hope they like it. You know, that's all I could say every time. Now, I know I'm crazy, But like I said, I will not be starting another garment until I finish one of the ones I'm doing, because I'm making something for my grandson. I'm making something for my granddaughter. And I've had this yarn to make something for my daughter with for a long, long time. And I've just never started it up. So, since I'm overwhelmed anyways, and I'm not pattern testing for anybody right now, I'm doing the Harley sweater for my daughter. And you start with the collar. And once you get the collar, then you pick up the stitches around for the body. And this is in the Twist and Tweed by KnitPicks book. And it is, we've reviewed it before. And it is filled with wonderful patterns. In fact, that's one of the reasons I went to find something for my daughter, was because I remembered I loved a lot of patterns in it. Now, I haven't got the collar done, but it is a big collar. So, it's that big so far. And it has little holes for an eyelet strand. And you know you're done when you fold it in half where the eyelet openings are, and it equals. You can tell I have a little ways to go, but I don't care because I'm a cable nut. I love cables. So this is Harley from the KnitPicks Twist and Tweed, and it's made out of the Plymouth Select DK Merino Superwash, and the color is 1017. And I'm using US 3, which is 3.75 millimeter needles. And may I tell you, this is soft. I know she lives in California, but I also know she's a little cold-blooded. So I know that she will wear it. Maybe not in June and July and August, but she'll wear it in the fall and the winter. So that's for my daughter. That's the Harley sweater. And oh my goodness. Now I showed you the chemo cap that I already finished. And now we're going on to things that makes me happy. You know, I told you last week, this isn't fair that KnitPicks put their Hawthorn yarn on sale when I'm on a yarn fast. Well, I say I'm on a yarn fast, but this week it's been amazing, the things that okay, not all of it's for me, granted, but in fact, I didn't put something on my show notes that I think I'll do first. KnitPicks is not Knit Crate is not part of my yarn fast, because the money from the yarn, some of it goes to the indie dyers, and I love to support indie dyers. And it's not like the yarn will not be used. It will be. There we go. I had to find all the things that came with it. This, oh my goodness. It is so beautiful. It's called Got Fiber by the Twin Mommy Creations. Individually dyed. The colorway is Arid Luminescence. 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. I told my husband I'm going to pay attention and make sure things I make for my daughter and my son are superwash, because I know they don't like to hand wash things. They don't have the time. It's 100 grams, 400 yards, 365 meters in fingering weight. And you see the front, and there's the rest of the label. It is beautiful. Now, you know, they always have a theme every month. And this theme for the overall, for everything, is Sock Artisan Crate. Okay, that's what it is. The Sock Artisan Crate. But it's Golden Hour. The precious moments right before the sun sets, when it is low in the west, creates ochre tones across our world. This time is called the Golden Hour. So all their colorways this month are based on that. And isn't that beautiful? Oh. Now, along with this, I told you, you always get your money's worth, because this yarn normally is $26. I pay, I believe it's $24.95. But in addition, you have a link for a pattern, and this is by Laura Neal, and they give you a link on your card that you can go and download it for free, and that's normally a $5 value. And then I love this card. I knit so I don't unravel. And then they also sent I Heart knitting pin. So it was worth the money this month, and it always is. And they also send you 2 codes. A code for Twin Mommy Creations off their yarn, which I will not be using. I'm sorry, it's not. I don't like it. I'm on a yarn fast. And another one for Laura Neal on Ravelry for her patterns, which I could do, but the reason I'm on a yarn fast is so I can save money so I can go on a trip to England. So it wouldn't make sense for me to spend the money elsewhere. Okay. So that was because that's not on my show notes. So Fiona is one of our members, and she's from the UK, and oh, we had the most wonderful talks. But I showed you earlier a book that she sent, and then she sent me some yarn, and and Mars bars. I love Mars bars. Anyways, she told me there was 3 boxes or 3 packages coming, and I waited and I waited and I kept thinking, oh, please don't get lost. Well, this box is full of yarn for prizes. Some of it is for me, but most of it is prizes. First of all, there's this True Blue, which is a 4-ply gold sparkle yarn, 100 grams, 400 meters, 75% superwash wool, 20% nylon, 5% golden stellina, and it's by Peggy May Yarns, and it has her, I'll show it to you. Ta-da! So this will be a prize that I will be putting in the prize bucket for somebody in the future. Yay! Then, that's not all. Oh, no. She's very generous. I was just tickled pink because I just reviewed a yarn similar to this last week on the podcast, a Vivacious 4-ply by Fiber States. And there's the yarn. It looks more bluish green on the screen. It's more of a green, hand-dyed green. It's 100% superwash merino. I can't read it. Sorry, my bifocals are in the wrong place. That can't be right. 365 meters. Okay. It doesn't have a color name. It has, color name is 80606. So, very pretty, very nice. You can make some wonderful things out of that. So that's going in the prize bit. Next, I might as well show these. Did I put those? Oh, here they are. She sent 2 balls of Rowan Baby Merino Silk DK, 50 grams. So this will be one prize for somebody. There's a pink and there's a blue. And this is called Cloud. I was looking for the name. And this is called Shell Pink. So this will be one prize for somebody. Sometime. And then this is like touching a cloud. This is Rowan's fine lace. It's, once again, the printing's so small, 80% baby Surrey alpaca and 20% fine merino wool. And oh my goodness, it is so soft. I'm looking for a color. Sorry. If they have a color name, they're really, really hiding it. See, this, I should look at these things earlier, because I'm not seeing a color name. It is a white. There's laundry directions, fine lace. I do not see, I guess this is it, SH00944. There's 2 of those, and then a lovely, lovely blue. So I will combine these 3 as a prize sometime. Then, oh my goodness, you are not going to believe this. Okay, so she sent me minis. Ooh. There's 8. Now these will not be one prize. These will I'll divide these into 2 prizes. But look at these colors. So that will be 2 prizes. Oh. Now, I did save some for myself. I almost kept some of the, oh, I forgot something else. She sent, I'd never heard of this. It's a wrist ruler. Sorry, it comes in a nice little tin. And look at that. It goes around your wrist. And anytime you need to measure something, there is your ruler. And it's leather. And it's gorgeous. And like I said, it comes in this nice little tin. It's just so cool. I just really love it. You don't know how close you guys came to not getting it. But that's okay. So funny because my husband goes, how do you decide what to keep and what not? I said, well, if I really, really, really love something, then I know that everybody on the podcast is probably going to love it too. So, you know, I can't keep everything. I can't get back in the tin. It's not hard. I'm just not coordinated. I said, I can't keep everything because that wouldn't be fair to people. But that is going to be a prize in itself because it is so cool, so great. Now, in addition to those minis that I showed you for you guys, the only thing I kept out of the box was these minis. Because I'm thinking I can see some heels and some toes and things like that. I need to make sure I got the right ones. Anyways, oh, that's what happened. So there's 7 in there for me. And then there's 8 in the prizes for you guys. So I got that. Then, last week I said I wasn't sure if I had another wool bothies coming, but I thought I did because I thought I had sock yarn. And this is my last wool bothies for the season. Now, I'll have to, if I can save over what I'm planning to for the months, I could put money aside to buy things. But until then, so I don't know when I'll be buying from him again. John, Carolyn, if you don't hear from me, it's not I haven't forgotten you or not thinking about you. I got, they smell so good too. I got some sock yarn. It's really nice. It's wool and nylon, of course, and it came with the 2 little skeins. So I can do 2 at a time easily. So yay, got that. And then I got this, which is the color fawn. And you know, I told you last week I had that epiphany while I was filming, and I really like it, but I will not be starting it yet. I'm going to spend most of what I've gotten from them, including this, and make a colorwork sweater, either for myself or my hubby or my son or my daughter or somebody. But it'll be homespun. I'm not going to dye the white because I absolutely love it, and I think it will be very pretty worked up as a contrast to this. So, you know, I hug my wool bothies every week. I just really love them. Then I mentioned last week how my husband wants me to make him a pair of socks for his birthday. It'll be after his birthday. His birthday's April 29th, and I have a lot of steps to do. And I'm not taking this out of the plastic bag. I apologize, but I'm not doing that. This came from Raw Fiber Arts Company, rawfiberartsco.etsy.com, and it's 1 pound BFL nylon wool top. So I was going to wait and dye his yarn until after I spun it, but I kind of have an idea of what I want to do now. And if he's watching, I'm going to have him turn it off right now, because what I'm going to do, he wears, his favorite color is green, but everything I get him is always green. but he wears a lot of blue and brown, and I might put green in it too. So I'm going to take some of this and I'm going to hand paint it blue, green, and brown. Then I'm going to spin it up. So I will be starting the hand painting this week. Oh, this is so soft. He's going to have the nicest socks. He will. But there will be extras in here, so you know I can make myself a pair later on. So, oh my goodness. Okay. So, wool boffy. Oh, that pink that I had last week, I am spinning it up. It's a nylon and a wool. It is gorgeous. I can't show you yet because it's still on the bobbin. I'm still spinning it. Resolution-wise, I was able to add my chemo cap. So I've got 8 chemo caps that have been done. Let's see. Oh, and the Dover books, I am not starting to review them yet. But if you watch the podcast, or if you read my show notes at Reading, Writing, and So Much More, where my book reviews are, you will see information on giveaways for some of them. They are great books. I would show them to you now, but I left them in the other room. So I wasn't planning on showing them to you. So, okay, next thing. Country weekend socks. 25 classic patterns to knit. This is, of course, you know, if it's socks, I love it. This is the book I'm reviewing this week. I love the front cover. I do want to make those. So, they're fun. And, you know, I told you, I think I've told you guys, that when I used to teach, I would wear fun socks. And they'd have snowflakes, or they'd have animals on them. And sometimes as a bonus point, you know, the kids knew this. The bonus point would be, what kind of socks is Mrs. Napier wearing today? So, this is just a general synopsis of the socks that are in the book. I don't know if I'm going to go through all of them because it would take me a long, long time. But I will just give you a close-up. And you can see there's lots of different patterns. I mean, there's 4, 5, 6. I love so many of them. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Well, it did say that there's 25 designs, so that makes sense. And then more on this page. Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't that cool? Those socks are so cool. I wanted to see if I can get a general idea of what kind of socks are used in here, or yarn is used in here. I can see me making probably all of those. There's a variety of different kinds of yarn. I mean, weight-wise. So you could make, they have some for fingering weight, some for a little bulkier, some for like, not worsted, sports weight. So it's filled with lots of wonderful designs, wonderful yarn to work with. It's just, it's a terrific book. It is out of stock at Barnes & Noble, but right now it is at Amazon for $13.99 for a hard copy. They didn't say they have a Kindle copy, but I know when it was in at Barnes & Noble, it was more expensive. So if any of you would like me to put links back in for Amazon, please let me know. I mean, I'm not affiliated with them right now because nobody ever bought anything through them. But if you think you might through my links, I'll be glad to put the affiliate or be an affiliate with them again. Okay, so there's that. I didn't have any questions this week. As far as reading, I reread a couple books that I've had. I read The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. Reread it because I love it. And I read the second book of the Harry Potter series. those were for good read challenges. And so since I've read them before, it was very easy to read them again. And oh, I cannot remember the name of the other book that I read. Let me see if I can find it, because I have my blog up. Okay. Oh my, I was gonna say, my goodness, those are old ones. Don't they have the new ones? Oh, I'm not even, okay. On my phone, it's not going to show me. I don't know why, but it's not. I know they're all there. So anyways, Reading, Writing, and So Much More is where you can find my reviews. I just can't remember the name of that last book. It was set in biblical times, and it was really good. I'm sorry. If I think about it, I will let you know. I just can't remember. Oh, I hate that when that happens. Makes me feel old. So let's see. I think I just want to check real fast, make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because hey. By the way, if anybody is ever interested in donating prizes, please let me know, and I will let you know what my address is, and we will fill up our prize box with wonderful prizes from you guys. It does help me out, because financially it takes a lot of money to buy the things, and it takes money to mail the things. So if I have donated prizes, then I do not have to put money into the prizes and into the postage. That sounds so selfish. I don't mean to sound selfish. You guys didn't ask me to do this podcast. That's all on me. Anyways, I think that's it for this week. That was plenty, I believe. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. And I never really welcomed you guys in the beginning, whether this is your first time or your last time. I hope first time or you've been watching many times. I hope you come back again and again. I love to hear comments. I love to see it when you guys join up the Ravelry group. Just kind of see how many people are interested in staying with us and all this. I hope that if you have any errors in your work, in your crafting, that they're little mistakes and that you're able to fix them easily. I hope you have a wonderful crafty week. I love you all, and big, big hugs. Bye-bye, and I'll talk to you next week.